Yora Mahama Ayariga MP edema omanfo a ewo Boko Central na Mahama Ayariga ehyasie edi NDC amanyokuo no echi enye na free mail sepenso a ono etimi ewurawura ma edu ba bi obeye Minister of Information and afi osan ebeye Minister of Youth and Sports and John Dramani Mahama epenso enti NDC amanyokuo no opomo a omoye mpanifo ni bi o ma ontimi enka eni Mahama Ayariga emfiri mu na eno na Mahama Ayariga ese asem no krade eda ho a eni kwan se otosa bi na ono edu ba bi na NDC amanyuko ne ono ankasa ne nkofo ni bi ka se abatuo yi a ye kwa akoto yi se ye very simple crowd ti se fifi kote ni ese edu nkati amo ka se Bawumia de o si afa ne simple crowd o se eya na eye ne sere na ono abatuo a wa witness enyina de edi wompa eye se won ekwa akohia Bawumia no no odwene ho a onte ase the reason why ntia NDC amanyuku no led by John Dramani Mahama ehunu se okon na won ekọ no eye nkrankra ko a campaign ne kra du ba bia na won adidi agro won ka assembly a eye serious won emfa information bia emba all because of say won enim se won awie na ono de onim se nya okonkotoa na omoko no na NDC amanyuko no anya very careful a won ani so nti o na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia dane won etikọ de ahwe fom o se sede eye den ma won 2008 no we kra de be ye den more e de asene sa because Nana Akufo-Addo na on free northern region into na northerners no enim ne sa this time there one akwakofe nipa o free northern region John Dramani Mahama so e free northern region e ho and na one generate one vote e different this time northern region mu be chemi you say two and no and the problem no ebeba no but onim de enti a NDC amanyukuo no how a one esibi dwena one afa neoma trasa o se wano kro dwena ho ana eye no wana yenkotie Mahama Ayariga
that this election is going to be one of the most difficult elections for us. So nobody should take things for granted. This is going to be the biggest fight of our lives. Why do I say so? The last election, we fought against Akufo-Addo, who is not from anywhere near here. Look at the margin by which we beat him in the north. This time we are facing Bawumia, who is our neighbor. So the fight that we put up in the last election, this election, we need to put up double of the fight that we put up in the last election. So nobody should take this for granted.
Especially since 2022, this country has gone through very difficult time in our macroeconomic space. And NDC for John Mahama, I assume you say automatically because of fee say we are saying for the United Day, not Ghana for yes we be a kind automatically no Ghana no kwa John Mahama. Again, they assume they say MPP for 8 years. In some 8 years, yeah, Omotamaso, Omonko, Obia 8 years. It's automatically no Ghana for John Mahama. That's is actually what the NDC thought. But that was at a time, now, you flag bearer. That was at a time, you a flag bearer, not only see some any Ghana for Nkasai. And now, me no Kasi, and soon sound swollen from every poll in Aba, including posters, NDC from your post by NDC. Every day when they release their polls, you could still see huge improvement on the part of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as against John Mahama. And the reason is simple. The Ghanaian voter has realized that what about the penny pen? And the amount who can say in 2024 years now, who can say in 2012. There is not a single promiser, former President Mahama, Emma, and now 1 million promise in 2012. And then you became president in 2013, 14, 15, 16. You did not fulfill a single of these promises that you made to us within the period. Rather, no, for each of the macroeconomic indicators, you moved us from bad to worse. Your friend on even social interventions, social safety net, or my way, Edia to Ghana for enjoy crowd, would you free and sim. In Kola over 100,000. And our Fibia, Omokatre, if you want to be uncle school. Nurse for the teacher for every year school, 4 years, one form where you remember. Omwa, Omutubinia Juma during your tenure in the public sector, or ye Juma 12 months, Ususkeni or Ubetian 3 months. Yet there's sumo for 4 years. Ni Yakani and fine Yejuma. In Kofonuma Eguye, companies are shut down. And bread do ya not public sector for yes, slow, improve our conditions of service. Na ya ketwamu tu mo kakra because of many more under your tenure no. O show mo enim e catch mo say wo no when who strike when and to strike wo enya wo hwe na se wo e ya aketua enko antum no mo penti no mo ko strike dia why to say odwan funu unsuro sekan nti dia mo be o mo nye nurse for the teacher for more colleges or more school here for ma o mo rely on nurses and teachers allowance o different o mo nsem almost free one or catch almost say no one now be restore no matter about my dear and come to a bench. Then to senior at the back. Who did this say? Sanyama we are obey ye as a man penny. Usan be 8 years later. Now be catch a gunner for say almost to abama. Who did this say nurse in the trouble? Doctor Nina 8 years ago catch was say to not catch your mouth was say on tono or that's whole. Students now within the nurses and teachers allowance streaming, and now I nurse, I a doctor. Nurse for the civil servant, doctor for now, which you 3 months out of 4 months, or almost for retirement, you almost war. In Kola 100,000 now, you almost you know that's all whole. Almost what? Almost you know my benya kwaya secondary school, no more breast, no more under you, so much young. So, I want now what be more. And communion no to be called secondary school, maybe almost once in Comenias Aquino. They will vote against the former president, senior. There is no way these people I have mentioned who are going to go into the polls and vote for John Mahama, His Excellency. The man became president and he failed completely. He became president and he disregarded everybody in this country. He became president and he woefully failed to perform. And there is no way, absolutely no way that Ghanaians are going to line up and vote for him. After all, who wants to go back? After all, who wants to go and take something that was not in good condition? And that is why every day, you see an improvement in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's friend is saying, polls and survey in this country. On your perfect, on your 100%. But they're going to phone you can say, between the former president, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and Kouandie, they see in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia a leader that is committed and dedicated towards the cause of this country. A leader that is looking into the future and believes that Ghana can also fight to build this country to be as competitive as any other country can be. And that is why I can tell you without any shadow that say, nobody is taking John Mahama's words for anything. Nobody is taking John Mahama's words for anything. And it's not as he said, you cannot say that. You cannot, what can be paying, your TV paying, your man and walking your paying, they are obeying and obeying. We need to give another person a chance. No, so need the Eka bit me, or no so from Beckham or MIA. What kids is he? A to the beer, or Bimpo, what your school fees in a man, you know, what school they know. What's your man years so school, no? A sunny singlet are only. A sunny kayas, see that's only kayas. Slippers are only. Now what kids is he? It's yawu kofi mensa any kojobo nsu nyina ewo community ba ho kofi mensa nyiya no wotumi akọ school area be doctor okono befie ebe sere busuafo a obeba na kojo mensa ete kwanten na yesere kojo mensa. But the difference between Kofi Bonsu and Kojo Mensa is say Kofi Bonsu efie ne papa ne mama tumi nyeske tua no kan ma ne ko school na Mensa de ne bin ne fie nti wontumi antoa so nti na wakatena kwan ho no ade ne yemmo bu nyina sa opportunity no bi antumi nkobi na so wuwie a ne nyina ye kwa ne nyina ye besia no bi ade ni dai den aba. There is not a single policy this country has seen that is bigger and better than free senior high school. And I'm praying for a day you bet me at once to be acquainted. It's Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's point is that South Free Senior High School reflected in every pool in Abano. He's quite convinced to say we have to upgrade it to the next level. And the next level of upgrade is then they say aka nneɛma mmienu wɔ ho a ɛsɛ sɛ yɛmmie mu na saa nneɛma no yɛtumi ɛma ne gyina ne nan so prɛkopɛ. Yɛdi kan ɛyɛ improved infrastructure. When me bɛyɛ adwene sɛ ɛsiane free senior high school nsi number of children na ɛkɔ school no ɔma dɔso ɛfiri school adan a ne wɔ. In the past 8 years, government has been working hard to fill in that infrastructural gap, but we still have more work to do. And Dr. Bawumia is promising that upgrade. Say we will finish this infrastructure expansion under his presidency, and is committed to it. Second one, feeding. You agree with me? Say as I speak to you, secondary school we have some two challenges. It will be infrastructure and feeding. Dr. Bawumia is committed and is clearly outlined ways that he would ensure, say, the feeding for these children for senior high schools, will be top notch. It will be upgraded to ensure, say, upgrading making sure, say, colony feeding, a bit years and you see away. And then, see, it will be success. We would be a shining example for hundreds of countries across the world in terms of creating equal opportunities for all in education. There are very few countries in this world that say, educational system. It's a Ghana, it's a Aquala Sorianopa. We hear also we found the bag. Now, and that is one of the things that is showing up in almost every poll in Aba, including the Aba last week and Awokan once a year, and we are looking at improving that aspect. There are other key issues like youth unemployment. It's critical. In fact, youth unemployment remains one of the top things on the mind of every Ghanaian. Say, making sure say, in Yuma Beba, now millions of Ghanaians are still on home paying. Way has created over 2.3 million jobs, and yet we still have millions of young Ghanaians are on pay and Yuma. And Sisia Krampo Senior, it's even going to be more critical because the more skilled citizens you produce, the more jobs you have to create. In Tenei will be able school. They say we are going to have a lot more skilled and ready to work young people in our society than we had in the past. And instead of Dr. Bawumia, I promise it specific interventions or the better to create jobs. One which is very critical is the 1 million young people he promises to train in digital skills. And then India. There are millions of young Indians but companies are not some employers, any India. Companies are US, companies are Europe, any other countries in Asia. Simply because of the digital foundation India for a creation. And that is something that Dr. Bawumia is committed to. After all, he has championed and led this digital drive for this country rigorously in the last 8 years. And all we are going to do is to upgrade digital efforts now, by ensuring, say, having put in all the systems and structures in place, now we move towards training our young people in these digital skills so they can fill in the jobs available and jobs outside the country. The promise is for 1 million young people. He's also spoken about SME banker, OBP, and small and medium enterprises. And there's a reason. Ghana has 90% of businesses in this country are SMEs. 90% of businesses in the companies are Ghana are small and medium enterprises. That's a fact. Now, of the employed population in that space, 80% of them are employed under SMEs. What it means basically is that if we're able to build our SMEs for them to grow and expand, absorb a lot of the unemployment in our country. And so Dr. Bawumia's plan is simple. He's setting up an SME bank that is exclusively dedicated towards providing needed financial support, capital injection for our SMEs in the country. Then ADB, we also a banker and SMEs to make sure that all our small and medium enterprises are able to perform, expand, produce more, and employ more. Now, on one other strategy, the other strategy is that whilst these SMEs are being provided with the needed funding, no more, no more expanding. Some produce here, we must be able to get the needed demand to buy and I say to procure and purchase Yamano produce. And he is introducing the holistic credit scoring system. Now, what the credit scoring system, and they say, Sina, when you say, Omun ya cash and carry to say, cash and carry Ghana Hano. And then Ghana ha, Opeka, just a one bubble with again, no, as a way to me a coca de la Chipacotoka. Open Kunyakra would be more, just a web bob was kenning in Hano, as Wakotonkunya. The Bia cash and carry. In Tiabrabona Ebono. Won't to me, Yaw Nema, we now and live comfortable life at a good da. And bread beer or deficit, baby. And bread beer, no, you say, what Bob was the can one your cash and the open also. And it's simply because a Brazilian, Omode, a Bossiabo, and a friend credit system, and a Ditanaho. And Tiene, Sabia, Wako hiding, and our pennyama, a CC would be more. Fesican Coton Cunya, and Fesican Coton TV, and Fesican Cotompa all at a go. Yayan say, Oko no Coton Cunyano on credit, and Pa on credit, TV on credit, fridge on credit. Bosumi Bia, with Juma William. See, it's your 20,000 Ghana cities, and now they tell 1,000 Ghana cities. Would move 50 cities, every year, and Konyana Uchianeka. Would move 50, 8 year pano, would move 50, 8 year fridge, you know, that they can order a combo bra for the month. In Kakran, in fact, Utia can do baby, now they now koto, you know, the Fufraba, Utumidi, they all want to call, now they are Kosa, now Gusuchianka Kaka. What this does is that a maximum mufono or more cost of living, a coffin. A soundsuma NDC eba. A soundsuma improvement in the lives of the people eba. Na ne kesiya crown say, so we put this animal way in place. Emma was citizens are. Obie to me bito. Na almost tono. Na say companies no be producing more. Say be able to meet demand na eba no. Companies no producing more no. Na they would need a lot more hands to be able to produce it. They will employ more to absorb the young people in the communities. So I can go on and on and on and on. And the point I'm making is that the polling is critical for us, not just because after 7-8, it's become obvious. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has improved bigly from where we were in November last year to the point where we're moving from trailing Mahama to actually overtaking Mahama and leading in this post. That is the reality on the ground. The hearing is here. The hearing say in the next 70 days or so, Aka is say Tuabano. And Yama Ben Nagana for a year says a year. And what Jude was saying within 60 days practically. That the year to be real within the next 60 days, what is the assurance? What is the strategy? What is the proposal? And how are we communicating it to the Ghanaian voter to believe, the future of this country is at stake, and the person we can trust to lead this country into the future. No one making sure, the day I come as no, you bet me a year as on mine, and the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Senior, young to me sign quietly. Young to me come be an and none. What we need to do, just as every civil society does, and every civil country does, and they say, they are yet to me, young bon buying. Not the into me upgrade and queen. Not the into me, young boy and one. The intermediate going into the future.
Now, Monsieur say, so His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and some are all country. If one say me ba may say promises I would all ye no. Nippon and buy into the organ. Monsieur Bibisa.
And canano. And Anna, ye did say Ghana for Kotuaba, NDC for Bedada, 1992 or yes, okwa the matches the closing nakotoma bronino and then me be asasa and until as we speak every day as the days go by are pulling every no who say or to sign and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia economy because you see like I said before Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia take you off I started here campaign we no there have been challenges especially from 2020 but most
what I say, and to qua a drop, saying I am bonnet. What is this fetish about? Me was no, and yes, and no credit about me, and then Mamukenino, and yet they say, will you be now? They say,